What happens in the Arctic won't stay in the Arctic. It will shape trade, security, and power across North America and far beyond. So why is the United States paying so much attention to Greenland? At first glance, Greenland appears distant from global affairs. A massive island covered, mostly in ice, home to a small population, far from the world's major economic centers. But history shows us a consistent pattern. Great powers don't compete for land itself. They compete for position, access, and influence. Greenland occupies one of the most strategic locations on Earth. It sits between North America and Europe, at the entrance to the Arctic Ocean. For centuries, ice made this region irrelevant to global trade. That reality is changing. As Arctic ice melts, new maritime routes are emerging. Routes that shorten travel time between Asia, Europe, and North America by weeks. These are not just commercial pathways, they are strategic corridors. In geopolitics, whoever controls speed and access controls leverage. But shipping routes are only one layer of Greenland's importance. Greenland already plays a critical role in global security. It hosts infrastructure tied to early warning systems and missile defense, forming part of North America's protective shield. In an era of rising competition with Russia and China, the Arctic is no longer a frozen buffer zone. It is becoming a space of active strategic interest. Russia has expanded its military presence across the Arctic. China describes itself as a near-Arctic state and invests heavily in polar infrastructure. Against this backdrop, Greenland becomes central, not peripheral, to North American security planning. Then there is the question of resources. Beneath Greenland's ice lie deposits of rare earth, minerals, and critical materials essential to modern economies. These resources are vital for renewable energy systems, electric vehicles, advanced electronics, and modern weapons platforms. Today, global supply chains for these materials are fragile and heavily concentrated. Reducing dependency on limited suppliers is not merely an economic goal. It is a strategic priority. Access to these resources determines who can sustain technological and military leadership in the decades ahead. Greenland, therefore, represents potential independence in supply chains, and independence is power. Yet Greenland is not a blank space on a map. It is an autonomous territory within the Kingdom of Denmark, with its own political identity and priorities. The people of Greenland are not interested in becoming a bargaining chip between great powers. This reality reveals something important about modern influence. The United States does not seek to own Greenland. It seeks presence, partnerships, and long-term positioning. In today's world, power rarely announces itself through conquest. It moves quietly through security cooperation, economic investment, and strategic alignment. Greenland's significance lies not in its size or population, but in what it enables: control over routes, control over surveillance, control over critical supply chains. These factors shape the balance of power long before any conflict begins. The United States doesn't want Greenland because of ice or land. It wants Greenland because geography still decides power. Even in a digital age, maps matter. And in the coming decades, the Arctic may prove that reality once again